how can we use the AI to come up with gift ideas that are specific to that person? Because that's the angle that I think is unique about what you're doing, your approach.
So if you look at someone's social profile, you'll see the things that not only they're interested in, but they're most proud of. And so this could give you a visual indicator. Like, apparently mine is just all dogs, but
hey, all right. So here we are. We're recording. We're doing another episode of Butterfly Bites. I'm so excited to have Michele and Chauncey today. And we're doing our, as you can see, our Christmas episode. So we're about a week away from Christmas. So many exciting things going on. As a group, we've been talking about like what we might do for this episode. We explored on Halloween. We explored with like creating a custom monster bot that we interviewed, and that was really fun. And then for Thanksgiving, Chauncey and I did some sort of helpful tips on how you can be a better cook or how to work with some of the challenges for Thanksgiving. So now we have a Christmas themed episode. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
So we haven't seen you in a while, Michele. Let's just like go around and kind of give an update, like what's new, what's going on. Do you have a Christmas memory you like? Anything you want to share Christmas themed?
Oh my goodness. New for me, I have started a new role at a software outsourcer called Bears Dev. And we provide nearshore tech talent, the top 1% of tech talent across the Americas, which, really offers time zone alignment, cultural fit. It's really exciting. I love what they're doing. They're really automating a lot of the processes, and we're one of the fastest growing software outsourcers in the U.S.
Awesome.
So I'm excited to try and build some new partnerships with folks to bring in software developers, engineers, anything to help build. So that's exciting. And oh gosh, a good Christmas memory. Well, recently I was trying to think about this one time that the cat got into, and I think I was like 5 or 6 at this point. And we had just finished the tree and it was like totally perfect. It was a really big tree, I think. And the cat, of course, climbed up the tree, knocked the whole thing over. I remember my dad was so mad. And yeah, and I just, every time I see cats around trees, I'm always like, it's amazing to me if they don't climb the Christmas tree. And we have a cat and she just sleeps underneath. And we frothed it. What is it called? Flocking. No,
yes, that's what we have on our tree.
It's so cool. We did that this year. So she's walking around the house. She's got like little flocked snow all over her from laying under the tree. So there you go.
Awesome. What about you, Chauncey? What's new for you, and what's a good Christmas memory or a Christmas thing you want to share?
Yeah, I love that yours went from like it could have been a bad memory, but for you it was a good memory. And I actually, the most vivid memory that I have was last Christmas. My daughter got strep throat and we didn't know it yet. And I did not know that strep throat could cause.
Oh no.
And I didn't know that was a symptom of strep throat. That was new for me. And everything was great. We had the best Christmas Eve, all the family over. We hosted. My husband makes enchiladas. It's like our tradition, Texas. And so we have all the, Christmas Eve enchiladas, and we make a little drink, and then we go and we walk around the neighborhood with the dogs because there's 10 people and 3 dogs usually. So at least. So this is our chaotic, fun, walking around, kind of walking that dinner off and enjoying the Christmas lights and a little bit of brisk air. Hopefully it'll get somewhat brisk here. I'm like cranking the air conditioning, trying to wear a sweater today. But, and then we locked ourselves out of the house accidentally.
Oh no.
So my husband had to climb through a window that thankfully was open. So it was all, fun.
Very Santa vibes.
Yeah. Like very funny and, great. And all of that was lovely. And then 10 p.m. is when that started for my poor daughter. And so Christmas Day was just like, we were just in PJs and nobody could come over. So it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like we already had the family gathering, and then Christmas Day we could just do that. But obviously not nice for that our sweet little girl. So, so this year, as long as there is no sickness, it will be a great one. That's, that's kind of the loveliness.
So I have an enchilada recommendation for you since you mentioned that. So of 90% of my marriage to my husband, he's been a pescatarian, and I have worked all of those years to wear him down because I'm a carnivore, very much so. My body needs meat. I've tried it. I can't. So, but there is a really good, so over the years, we've tried a lot of meatless dishes, and there's one that's amazing. So it is black bean, sweet potato, green chili. So there you go. All in an enchilada.
Yeah, I need that. Again, I bring the food topics around. I feel like, So I have a funny Christmas story, and I think it will date me a little bit, but I think also you guys maybe remember. So do you remember stirrup pants?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, God, yeah.
I would sell clothes during the Christmas holidays, and that was always sold back when I was in high school.
It was like 8th grade-ish time period, and I remember my dad coming up to me and being like, hey, have you made your Christmas list? What do you think about stirrup pants? And I'm looking at him, and I remember thinking, like, I would rather die than wear stirrup pants. So if you don't know what stirrup pants are, they're like leggings, except there's like an elastic for your foot to keep to keep the leggings from moving. I've never had issues with leggings moving, but it was like a thing where they would have it. And so I'd rather be naked than wear those ever. Right. So my dad asked me, how would you feel about that? And I remember thinking, dear God, I hope he doesn't buy me those. So in my Christmas list, it's like, oh, I want, a boom box, and I want this Counting Crows CD or like whatever it was I was into. And then it's like not stirrup pants, like in capitals. Right. So little did I know that my dad had gone to a Western wear. I grew up in Texas where there's like Western wear stores, and it was like Anthony's, I want to say it was. He went there, and he had some well-meaning salesperson convince him that girls love stirrup pants. And so he bought me a whole wardrobe of stirrup pants. He had already bought them when he asked me, you like stirrup pants? And he didn't pay attention to me saying, no. So here I go, opening Christmas morning, expecting to get my boombox or my CDs or whatever it is. And I get these stirrup pants. And I remember looking at them and just being so mortified, because the relationship I had with my dad was not the kind of relationship where you could ever show any displeasure. Like, it was like, no. So I had to like fake it that I really loved it. And then in the back of my head, I'm like, didn't you see my list? I said, no. Oh,
traumatizing.
So then I had to go into my room and put them on and model around the house and smile and be like, oh, I love it so much.
Oh my God.
And that's probably the only time I've ever worn stirrup pants in my entire life. So if you ever want to get me the worst gift ever, stirrup pants. There you go.
There you go.
I just had
they haven't seemed to make their way back to the fashion world, thank goodness.
Yeah. I like leggings, but what is it with the elastic? Why is it that I don't like it? I don't know. I hated it.
It's at an awkward part in the foot arch that just doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
So, they just didn't have enough spandex in the leggings at that time.
Yes.
And so they were trying to figure out like a literal Band-Aid. Like maybe we'll make it. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
And now there's going to be somebody that's watching this is going to be like stirrup pants is like their core fashion like thing, and they're going to say, "How dare you? How dare you shame stirrup pants?"
I love it.
I think that fits in well with some of the things that we talked about wanting to do. So Chauncey had this really fantastic idea to help people figuring out like gift buying. So like, for example, one of the challenges that I noticed that my husband has is that he will go like the day before Christmas to the mall and will just buy random shit because he feels the pressure to have gifts there. But he's not a forward-thinking person, and he's overwhelmed with other things. So I get all of these gifts, and again, it's sort of like my childhood with the stirrup pants. Is I'm opening them, thinking like, if you really spend like 5 minutes to think about it, or you like impulse buy at the store, I'm gonna hate it, and I'm gonna be like, why'd you spend all this money? But you have to like pretend to like it. So Chauncey has a really great idea to help come up with some gift ideas that they won't hate. So if you want to give a little intro of what your thought was, and then we'll screen share and we can see some gift ideas.
Yeah, we call that around here gifting a return. So it's basically like you're giving someone a physical version of a gift card, basically. Like
right.
you take this to the store and buy whatever you want. So
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, really, because what parents really know what clothing their children wants? I mean, I've already given up on my 10-year-old. Like I take her to the store and pre-shop with her and have her pick out a bunch of things, and then I'll go back later and pick out the ones that,
eventually she'll start providing Google presentations like our 16-year-old. She does an entire presentation for us in Google, not Sheets, but, Google Docs or whatever. And it is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So she's like very specific. And last year we didn't respond quickly enough. And so a couple of the clothing items had already been sold out. And we were like, what? Stuff is sold out?
Did she like link it and everything?
Oh, everything.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful work. It's amazing.
Is it bad if you buy yourself a present just so you have things to unwrap that you know you're gonna like? Because I have started to do that.
Yeah.
I bought like a nerdy Hello Kitty shirt that I could just be like, wow, thanks, Santa. This is exactly what I wanted, and just like play it off.
Exactly.
I love it. No, that's actually a perfect way to do it. So I think people should appreciate that. You're saving them not only the thought process, but also the errand. So
yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So I think this is also a perfect idea for those awkward, like Secret Santa times when you have to get a gift for someone and you half know them, but you're not really sure what would really interest them, right?
Yeah, nobody likes to just buy crap. Everybody wants a gift that people really genuinely love, but it's hard to pick something somebody would love and to be unique and creative. So what's this great idea you have? How can we use the AI to come up with gift ideas that are specific to that person? Because that's the angle that I think is unique about what you're doing, your approach.
Yeah. So if you look at someone's social profile, you'll see the things that not only they're interested in, but they're most proud of, right? And the core, hopefully, parts of their life that they really want to share and show. And so this could give you a visual indicator. Like apparently mine is just all dogs, but
dogs.
Yeah, it's just dogs.
There you go.
Pretty much mine. Anything to do with the dog. So my little pony is downstairs right now. He's not with us today in the office because he's a disaster. But that is clearly something that's really important to me. And some art. And some kid art and I don't know, maybe some other things. But instead of doing this visual research or thinking about the person, in the case of your husband, who's like, oh no, I have to go to the store and I have 15 minutes. What the heck can I do? You can download someone's entire profile with just capture extensions that capture a PDF of a whole page. And this one, I like it's just easy, go full page. Is what it's called. So it's a Chrome extension called Go Full Page, and we'll put the link in after this. And also, I'm a sucker because it has a Pac-Man animation. So that caught me first, right? I was like, oh, Pac-Man animation. Yes, I love this extension. So it just chomps the whole profile for you. If it doesn't do a great job of chomping it, it's because it just needs that cache loaded. You just scroll down it real quick and it actually is better than, I have Snagit. I'm a huge Snagit user. It's better at capturing scrolling even if you do it quickly. So This thing is just designed to like, I'm going to chomp it all, get it all in one big visual. So now you've got this file that you can download into a PDF, and then we can put it into our GPT and see what this person enjoys, right? And kind of categorize the things that are of interest to them. So that's what I propose doing. And you can do this with anything that you can see. So as long as you can see someone's profile, even if you're not connected to them, if it's public. So in the case of family, hopefully you have access to all of their profiles. Friends, hopefully the same. And then for social acquaintances, someone that you're going to be giving a Secret Santa to, hopefully you're connected to them.
Or even like a boss. That's what I was thinking. Like, if you wanted a boss or a coworker or, somebody at church or whatever, where you just want to get them something, but you want it to be, something they like. And you know what else I really like about this is, as you mentioned, you can visually look at stuff, but you're going to miss stuff. And like when we did we did a little test of this and we did each other's profiles off of LinkedIn. There's a lot of metadata that you would not necessarily think about. Like with Michele, it said something about surfing. And I asked her, why did you say surfing? And he was like, well, because I say surf a lot. And it's just not in the context of, physically surfing. But I think it made that connection because you live by the ocean.
Right.
And they surf.
Yeah.
Right.
And the profile is an interesting one because we would get, those high level tidbits about Michele. But if you take a look at, newsletters and all of those, the other things that really the posts, those are going to be your interactions. And there's a lot of nuggets in here. So posts mentioning you. So I think that the posts, the activity, those are really interesting and could possibly give you more information. So you could do the same screen grab within the profile. There is actually, I don't know if this is accessible, but you can save a profile to a PDF just within that little more button.
So which I never knew.
Yeah. I mean, who does that, right? But this is a use case for it. There we go. Now we know. So you can do that. Or again, I think that the posts and activity are more interesting. This part.
And because it's more like currently relevant.
What they're into right now, right? And
right.
Yeah. So I think that one's really interesting. Did you already download Michelle's or?
No, I only did the profile. I did not do all of this other stuff because so this is good to call out. I was using the mobile web. So I'm one of those people that I'm hesitant to want to download an app on my phone. So I use the mobile web.
Yeah.
The LinkedIn mobile web is not very happy. It's constantly asking me to download the app. So that particular feature you cannot do in the mobile web, but you have to do it on the browser if you're in the desktop. But it's a good start, especially for, I would say, either people you don't know that well or somebody like, you're a husband or somebody where you've exhausted, like, I don't know how many Nirvana shirts I can buy him. How many Soundgarden t-shirts can it get him? Like he's got to have something different to be able to give you suggestions that are a little bit out of the box.
Right. Okay. So it didn't like all the things loading in here, but let me try it one more time. Now that I've scrolled past it, I'm going to do it one more time. So let's go, little Pac-Man.
I love the Pac-Man.
We're going to find out a lot about you, Michele.
I got my ghosts in today, they're not really Christmassy, but all right. So once all of this is gathered, these are posts. So it's going to have some reposts, but again, it's just interesting content.
Is this an image that it's downloading?
Yes. Look how massive that is.
So that means that whatever model you use has to be able to read images. You can't use a text model. You have to use the image ones, which is fine. Just knowing that.
Yeah. And you know what? I didn't dry run this because you did and I didn't. So let's see if the
Well, you could use the PDF of the profile if this doesn't work because that's the test that I did and that's all just text.
Okay. All right.
Let's go for the image one. Let's see what happened. I mean, there should be vision ones in Gemini Pro. It's good that we're testing this one out because I don't know this one as well as I know some of the other ones.
Yeah. Okay. So I just downloaded that as a PDF. So we're going into Gemini. I put it in old person view here. So it's super zoomed in. Hopefully folks on the call can see this. Great. Okay. I've been asked to be a secret Santa for a colleague that I know, but I'm not sure what they're into these days. I'm going to give you their LinkedIn profile, the posts that they've done recently. For context, can you recommend 3 to 5 gifts or experiences that I could gift this person, please?
Nice.
So before you hit play,
yes,
you want to add a cost qualifier.
Ooh,
you may want to say that's less than 100 or less than 50 or whatever you feel like is budget. Like I know some Secret Santas, they say $20 or under, just to avoid that situation where one person spends more than the other and then it ends up being about the money when it really isn't about the money. And like, just to make sure people don't feel like this is only for the well-off, if you only have $10 or you only have a certain amount to spend, is there still an opportunity for you to get them something that will make them happy?
Okay. So I said there's a budget of $25 maximum. So please keep that in mind. Provide a cost estimate if possible.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Okay. So now we're gonna plus. We're gonna.
I almost feel like it's like the magic 8-ball, and we're like at a sleepover, and we're gonna shake it. Am I gonna get the boy? Come on.
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna add this screen capture of Michelle's recent.
You always get what you want.
Business. Do we want her LinkedIn profile also?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Oh wow. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
As we're doing this, I was going to tell you, I was thinking about for a business. I'm like, yeah, imagine if you're Walmart. Okay, what else do I need? I need this chat thing embedded into my website as a shopping assistant, but I also want it connected to the inventory so I could say, I am in this zip code. Show me gift ideas that are in stock today. Because, I don't want to drive all the way over there and be like, great, they don't have anything. So this is definitely an opportunity for, retailers. Contact me and Michele. We'll get you a Gen AI consulting project. We can get your retail app, shopping assistant, Valentine's Day.
An agent.
Exactly.
Okay, for any item that I can purchase online, please provide the link. Boom. Make my shopping list.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Some experiences too. So while this is analyzing and working, I have finally, this is my best Christmas victory. I've finally convinced my mom to not buy me gifts. We'll see if she complies. And to focus on experiences. So she has purchased, she's so smart. She has finally purchased a cooking class for my husband and I to go to at the fancy grocery store next Friday night. And bonus, she's staying over. So she's staying over from Christmas to Friday so that we can have a date night and she gets to hang out with her granddaughter. How amazing is that? I'm like, see, you get it.
All I can hope for is to be a mom that good, because my mom isn't even talking to me right now.
The holidays, man, it's tough.
Yeah.
We'll see how I do after 4 days of hosting my mom, but that's why we have the treehouse, y'all. So, okay. So based on Michele Turpin's LinkedIn profile and recent posts,
here's passionate about surfing.
Yes.
There it is.
A book about a female surfer. Cost
I would take it.
$15. Yeah.
Yeah.
And passionate woman in tech. She may appreciate a book about a female surfer. I love that.
Like tech podcasts. Hey, I didn't realize that there were prices. We should charge for ours when we get a following. Come on.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it's free. It's just gold.
That's right. Golden nuggets here. Your Christmas elves in action. So podcast subscription. Love it. Yes. Disruptive innovations. Gift certificate to a local coffee shop.
Do you like coffee?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I mean, it's practical and thoughtful.
Yeah.
A donation to a charity that supports women in technology.
I like that.
I like that one because you were an advisor for the Women in Leadership program. So it caught that. It was like, hey, I'm going to put that together.
I love that.
I like that. A gift basket of snacks and drinks. Who doesn't love that? Cost $20 to $25. Michelle's a busy professional who may not
have a basket costs $25. I'd love to find that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. That's
not anymore.
On that.
The basket itself is $25.
Pretty much.
Snacks are optional.
Yeah, these are great. I'm curious about number 5. Where can I get a gift basket?
Oh, you might need to put number instead of $ before the.
Oh, thank you.
You bet.
Where can I get a gift basket that's within the budget of $25? And I might want to spell budget correctly. We're good.
It'll probably know.
I misspell stuff all the time with my old lady eyes, and it does a pretty good job.
I know it does. I do like that.
Yeah.
Okay, examples and links. And I'm not going to correct that spelling mistake, and we'll see if it's examples. You're right. That can be tricky on a budget.
You know what? I love that it does that. I love all that extra softness that it always does. Oh, this is going to be easy. Don't worry. I got you.
You're like
that.
Okay. So a DIY basket from Amazon. Start with a simple basket. This one has good reviews and is under $15, leaving you room for goodies. Okay. Invalid URL removed. Well, that's not as helpful, but we could do that search. That's fine. Since Michele is a busy professional, focus on healthy portable snacks. So individual packs of nuts, trail mix, or dried fruit. And it did give me the link for that one.
So, Michele, if any of these gifts were given to you, are there any that you would say, nah, I don't think I would like it that much?
I would love it, but I do think I throw in some outlier factors in that, and it probably doesn't say this on my LinkedIn, right? Like I'm gluten-free and dairy-free, allergies. And so I think it is, yeah. I guess you would have to tell it. It wouldn't necessarily yet think to ask that.
Right. You're limited to the knowledge of what they have in their posts. And that was one of the things I was thinking is like, okay, I don't post personal stuff about my family or my life. I try to keep my work life and my personal life separate. Mm-hmm. So there's so many things that I would absolutely love that are not at all on my profile. Like, for example, one of the best gifts my husband ever got me is he got me a kit to crochet with any size hook. So it's every hook size that there is. Oh. Because normally I get the hook for the project and I have like a bunch that are all the same size, but then you see a project you want to try, but you don't have that hook size and you go like, but now I'm like, I have all the hooks. And I looked at it, I was like, this is an infinite number of hours of joy for me. And that was like, it's probably the best gift I've ever gotten maybe in my life was that. And there's nothing on my profile that says anything about crochet, but it's a very personal thing. You wouldn't know about me unless you knew me outside of work or you listen to this podcast. Now you know.
Now you know.
But if it's a professional relationship, a boss or somebody where you want to get them something nice and you're just not really sure, then, it's a good resource for that.
Mm-hmm. I didn't add the gluten-free prompt yet, and it did say under the tips for personalization to consider her interests and dietary restrictions, blah, blah, blah. Right. So but I like this little, give a handwritten card because that doesn't cost anything and it's more purposeful. So that's good. It's going in the right direction here, and then arranging it nicely and making it festive. So, so I think after the gluten-free prompt, it gave me some fruits and nuts options. I would be happy with all of these as well. So
yes, I would.
Love me some popcorn, some hummus, all of it.
All of it.
Love it.
I'm hungry.
I know, right?
I know.
Okay.
But it didn't really provide links. I did see in there a couple places where it said invalid URL.
Yes. I wonder if that's a Gemini thing too, because I've seen links in my ChatGPT account. When I ask it to cite a source, it'll give me a source. And so I wonder if that's just a bug. I don't know.
Yeah. I love that. So I'm going to ask it. I need some links. Can you help me get the shopping list together, please? I have 15 minutes. Give me links to click on, right?
Yes.
You got it. Here we go. Pirate's Booty. It does keep saying that. Invalid URL removed.
Okay, Google people, y'all got to fix it.
Hello, Google people. And I mean, you can just right click and search Google. So
that is, okay.
One way to do it. But
yeah, that's easy.
Yeah. I do like these Harvest Snap Pea crisps. Those are pretty good.
You know what I like is the dried chickpeas. Those are weird, but addictive.
Totally.
Like the chili ones, those are really good. I like a little kick. So
that's the Texas in you.
It is.
That's the Texas. Are you into green chili? Because we had talked about those enchiladas.
You have me at the black bean green chili. I need that recipe.
I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that.
And it is good.
I mean, I think this was pretty helpful. Do we have a tough person that we want to? Do we want to do Damie, or what do we think?
Yeah.
Anyone else? I don't know if I'm going to have access to anyone on LinkedIn or on Instagram because I seriously haven't been on here, as I showed y'all earlier.
Let's do my old boss.
Okay. Is he public?
I'm going to send you his profile. The thing is, I know things about him that are, let's see. I know things about him, about his interests and stuff that may or may not. Why won't it let me chat?
Mine would just be all Grateful Dead. And
I was going to say Michele likes Grateful Dead. Here, I will. How do I send it to you? RAR. It's not letting me. It's not letting me do it on here on the chat. Let's see.
Are any of these you? Is this you? The pictures are tiny.
I can't see what. I'm not on Instagram.
Are you on Instagram, Michele?
Yeah, I am here.
I can send you this link via LinkedIn. There's a link via LinkedIn you could try. Otherwise, we'll do whatever. I also have a little surprise I wanted to try for a few minutes before we wrap up.
Okay. So I've requested access, which I'm happy that I've done that now. That was helpful for me.
And then
again, once you, I'm following you. Here we go. No post yet.
That's weird.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure.
What do you think about somebody if they say they don't have a Twitter or an Instagram? Do you think they're weird? Is it weird?
No,
I think
I don't have one, and I don't really have a good reason why I don't.
I think they're practicing their good emotional social boundaries. So
yeah,
that's probably what it is.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Chomp,
look at
chomp,
it go.
Chomp. Grateful Dead, dogs.
Grateful Dead and dogs.
Dogs, cowboy boots.
And music.
Yeah. See, I'm hoping if we
add cowboy boots, really.
I'm hoping if we add this in, it would be like
get some stirrup pants next time you get a new pair of shoes.
Exactly. Get her some stirrup pants and a ticket to a local show.
Oh my God. You know what's going to happen is somebody's going to find out where I live and I'm going to get like a case of stirrup pants as a gag gift for Christmas.
Yes.
Like, no, please. Please.
Yeah, I can see you wearing some stirrup pants here. I don't know. I feel it.
mean, it just brings me literally back to selling retail clothes.
You were the one. You were the one that convinced my dad all teenagers wear stirrup pants. It's your fault.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm adding in Michelle's social profile. Can you incorporate one thing for the decoration of her basket?
Nice. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Make it personal, right? All right. Yeah. So let's add that file in. Boop. Open. Submit.
So let's say you use this and let's say you made the perfect gift. And then when you gave it to the person, they were just like amazed that you knew them so well. Would you tell them that you used AI to come up with the gift, or would you try to take credit for it? Is it wrong? What do you think?
I would be a nerd, so I would be super excited to share that I did this exercise. And
look, customized wrapping paper. I love that idea.
Oh, I love it.
Small printer postcard.
You might even just get excited about the wrapping paper and be like, "Wow, this is really good."
If you're crafty, you could create a handmade decoration with a musical or artistic theme. Ooh, small origami figure. Paint a design on a small canvas.
Come on.
I'm going to paint you a turtle.
It did not figure out my favorite musician. That's interesting.
It is interesting. I mean, it's pretty.
All it did was read my profile description.
No, I think if you give it the Instagram, it's looking at the pictures. So that implies that it has to look at each individual picture interpret it, fully understand it, and synthesize it in the moment you're asking it. And unless there's a photo that specifically says Grateful Dead, I think it would be difficult to determine that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it did analyze the pictures a bit, though, because looking at, I mean, it obviously didn't check this one out carefully enough, but, or this one really, but it's not
so glad I made you a hat. I made Michele a hat last year, not knowing how much she loves hats, because I'm looking, I'm like, hat. You like hats, girl. I'm glad I got this hat.
I do.
Yeah. But it figured out a bit. I'm pretty happy.
It is pretty cool.
It's quick analysis, I feel like, as we share your entire social profile with the world here.
You know what this would be good for? Like, you just started dating somebody and you want to win them over. This would be really good for guys that like want to make the woman feel really like happy. That would be a good idea, you know.
Yeah,
I think. So
make you smile.
So I have a fun thing I wanted to try. Michele, do you have anything you want to add or any experiments you want to try?
No, I'm good. You go for it.
All right. Did you guys know you can call ChatGPT?
No.
Hey, we're about to. Bam. Here it goes. I was like, oh, see, let me know if you can hear it.
This is crazy. I never knew.
ChatGPT, an AI assistant. Our conversation may be reviewed for safety. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm doing a podcast right now about Christmas, and I thought that we could ask you a few questions and see how you do. Does that sound okay?
Sounds like fun. I'm ready for your questions. Let's get into the festive spirit.
Okay.
I've always wondered where the voice came from. Is it only from calling?
What's your first question?
Okay, what I would like you to do is retell the story of The Nightmare Before Christmas in a very short and brief way, but make it interesting for my friend that loves yoga and my friend that loves the Grateful Dead. And make sure you speak in a voice that sounds like Santa Claus.
All right. Imagine this. Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, stumbles upon Christmas Town, a place as serene and balanced as a perfect yoga pose. He decides to blend his spooky style with Christmas cheer, a mix as wild and unexpected as a Grateful Dead jam session. It's a tale of finding harmony in chaos, reaching your inner zen while dancing at a Dead concert.
Can you tell me a poem, but in the voice of Santa Claus?
Ho, 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 a festive poem. Let's begin. In the still of a winter's night, Santa rides, guided by moonlight. With a sack full of joy and cheer, he brings magic to those far and near. Through chimneys he slips with care, leaving gifts for all to share. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas to all. May your days be jolly and your troubles small.
Okay, that was fantastic. Can you tell me, Santa, who's your favorite reindeer?
Ho, ho, ho. Well, I love all my reindeer, but I must say, Rudolph holds a special place in my heart. With his bright, shining nose, he guides my sleigh through the foggiest nights. He's a true leader, and his spirit shines as brightly as Christmas itself.
Can you name the other reindeers and answer in a song?
I can't sing, but I can name them for you. There's Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. And of course, Rudolph.
Okay, any last tips for people to have a great Christmas?
Absolutely. Spread kindness and joy. Cherish time with loved ones, and don't forget to take a moment for yourself to enjoy the magic of the season. Remember, it's not about the presents, but the presence of joy and love.
Merry Christmas. Bye. I guess she just hung up. What'd you think about that? That was crazy, huh?
So cool.
You know
so
what
cool.
I love is I love the really terrible Santa. If I didn't even change it, it was like, oh, now I'm the same voice pretending to be
Right.
Buzz. That's
It's very real though.
What?
Which is kind of humanistic. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. I was trying to think about like, oh, what kind of fun things, could we have it do and tell a story or something, to entertain your kids. I was also
thinking, what was great is that when it referenced the Grateful Dead, it referenced knowledge of their particular, band style of jam band, experimental improvisational music. Like it incorporated that. You didn't have to tell it. So, I mean, obviously, because it's indexing that, but excuse me, I love how that came out.
Yeah. As I was doing this and prepping for this, I was thinking, wow, now that I know that I can just call it, is it going to change the way I use it? Because if I'm out and I'm not at my computer and I need something, I can pick up my phone and I can go chatgpt.com and I can search for something. But now that I know that I can use my phone just to call it, will I change my usage patterns? And then the next question I had was like, why does OpenAI want you to call it?
Yeah, and where do I call from?
Are they trying to steal your voice patterns because they've already got all the data from the internet and they need more data? Why?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's actually a choice in settings for that.
Yeah, it's fun.
But where do you call it? How are you calling it?
1-800-CHAT-GPT.
No way.
I swear.
But then it doesn't necessarily reference your history.
I don't think it is. No, I think it's just, it's a good question though. If you call again and again, should we call back and say, what did we just talk about?
Yeah, let's try.
Let's just do it real quick and then we'll wrap up because we're getting a little bit long and I got presents to wrap. Let's call it back. I'll say, hi, sorry we got dropped. Do you remember what we were talking about? I'll ask it something like that.
Okay.
Oh, she hung up on you. She's like, no, we already did that. You only get one call.
It's the North Pole now.
An AI assistant. Our conversation may be reviewed for safety. How can I help you?
You said hello again. Do you remember what we just talked about?
Actually, I don't have memory in this chat, so I can't recall our previous conversation. But I'm here to help with whatever you need now. What can I do?
But you knew I called before because you said hello again.
I see the confusion. When I said hello again, I just meant it's nice to talk to you now. I don't have memory, so I can't remember past interactions. But I'm ready to help with anything you need right now.
Who's your favorite reindeer?
I don't have personal preferences, but the Power Rangers are pretty iconic. Each one has unique qualities, so it's hard to pick a favorite. Do you have a favorite Ranger?
No, but thanks.
The green one. Oh no, that's a Ninja Turtle. Sorry.
I think that it misunderstood me. So I'm glad that it did that because somebody on LinkedIn this morning was posting about something like, we'll never fully adopt AI in the service center or in the call center because, it's confusing and you'll always want to talk to a human. And I wrote a comment and said, actually, I used to be a call center agent and accents are really hard to understand even for a human. So here was an example where it misunderstood. I thought I said reindeer, it heard ranger, and that I would argue that happens with humans and with AI. It's not only a problem for AI systems, but it does not remember you. I'm sure they'll change that.
The Google Home voice module, you train it for whoever you want it to understand, right?
Yeah.
And so we trained it when my daughter was, 2, and then again when her voice dramatically changed, probably around like 6 or 7, and that module is really great, and we've been using it for years. She's 10 now, so we've been using it for 8 years in the house. And they're in all of the major rooms. And that's how I'm hoping Gemini, they'll incorporate that same module. I can change over to it, the Google Assistant, to Gemini on my phone, but it can't incorporate certain apps that I use with the Assistant yet. So I think they're getting there, but the Google's always a little later to launch some of these things. And I think they just have more overhead and more testing to do, but they've definitely got I mean, my daughter has been able to control the entire house since she was 3. So, yeah.
We've talked about that. Michele and I have talked about that on previous episodes, that the younger generation really leans into voice like a lot. Like my son is 10 and he's like, who types anymore?
Right.
Typing. What are you, a dinosaur? Typing. I have a voice.
She didn't even use the remote.
I demand it.
She didn't even use the remote. She's just like, hey, play this on this TV. Play this music on this speaker. Like all the time, all around the house, and just having conversations with it. We'll be talking about something and I'm like, I'm not really sure. And she's like, hang on just a second. Hey, Google, blah, 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 and ask it the question. I'm not talking to you right now. We're okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
I think I made a joke that if you look back at our call, our speak log history or whatever, like it would be 90% all caps. Find remote. Find remote.
All day I'm like, where are you, Siri? Siri, where are you?
Find my phone. Where did I put it?
Elon Musk wants to put that into your brain. He just wants to just put it into your brain, and you won't even need to speak. You could just.
I'm so glad you moved to my town.
I will never put a chip in my head.
No. Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
But it's interesting.
Oh, wow. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks for listening to this episode of Butterfly Bites. Any great gift ideas or any last minute parting things that you want to add to the we'll go around.
In the spirit of the Grateful Dead and what we heard earlier from ChatGPT, be kind. Everyone be kind and enjoy the holidays. Dance, sing, be with your people.
Yes. I second that.
Definitely a living room dance party we're going to have some of those, some pillow forts. Those are good. And yeah, just enjoy the people, dogs and humans and cats and whoever is around you during your holiday festivities. Everybody get some snuggles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I second all that you guys have said. I want to thank you guys for being part of this journey. I think we're going to try to do one more episode before the year closes up. But Michele and I had this idea when we first started working together, as she's the mentor and I was the mentee, of like, we really should start a podcast. And that started around March of this year. And so here we are now towards the end of the year. I think this is our 15th episode. It's been just such a joy doing this with you guys. And I am so grateful to have you come on board with us, Chauncey. I think you add just a really fantastic energy, and it's awesome to have more female power. So
yes,
be safe. Watch out. Be safe. Things get really crazy, and don't be the person fighting over the last Barbie or whatever in the store
or the parking spot.
Yeah, just again, I second what they're saying. Be kind, and next year's gonna be wild for AI. Mm-hmm. It is not going to slow down. It's only going to speed up. So you're going to hear a lot from us. It's going to have a lot of exciting things. So tune in, and everybody who has been listening in, thank you for participating in this fun experience.
Thank y'all again for having me. I appreciate you letting me party crash. It's been a fun and learning experience. So thank you.
Love you. Love
you. All love. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks again. And
Merry Christmas.
Holidays. Butterfly Bites.
Bye from Butterfly Bites.